Hey guys, how's it going? Ghost Rich here today, and today we're going to be removing this dash piece right here, so that way we can access our stereo, pull it out. We should be able to access our heater core from behind there, we're hoping. Now, set a ratchet to off, come up here, take out this first bolt first. If you have extensions that you can unscrew with, you're going to love yourself because it makes this job a whole heck of a lot easier. If you have a magnetic tray, you can use it if you'd so wish. So we just pop off this screw up here, and then we're gonna go down below and pop off the bottom end of the dash to make sure it all unclips just how we want it. So to make sure there's no screws in here, we might as well pop off down here as well. If you look right here, this we can just grab right here. There's gonna be another screw on the opposing side right there anyway too. I just want this out of the way, so that way we have no problems for accessing anything if need be. So one there, there's another one right here. Ah, this one's missing, perfect. One right here. And again, I'm just taking these out as extra to make sure we have it out of the way. Perfect, one more. There might even be a few more over here, but first let's see. Perfect. Yep, just like I thought. Another one right here. And there'll be one more on the opposite side over here. If you have a telescopic steering wheel, which they all should, just like I said, make sure you grab this, put it all the way down, and I'll show you why. We're also going to have to probably shift the vehicle when we go to pop this out, but let's see. Pop this Ford, Chevy, no, okay. Look at that, there we go. Now, to get this, chances are, even though we can bend this down all the way, to get the shifter, you need to put it like this. We'll see if we can, there we go, shift it, and get her out of the way here. And there we go. Now that we know that's there, we go like this. It's still in first, which is fine, but now you have to hear this, the horrible noises. I'll show you the connectors we have to disconnect. There's going to be one over here. Best way to show that is up here. Actually, let's see here. Can I do anything to... Of course not. Okay. There. Anything to here. I might have to close this. Of course not. That won't help. Perfect. Okay. If you can see that up here, you have to press up here to release this tab. There. Do you see that? First one is the airbag one. It looks like this. You have to compress and slide out. Compress, slide out. Do the same over here. I'm gonna stop this for a second though, so you don't hear the beeping. See right here? Squeeze. Release. And same with down here. There's one more. There we go. Let's see if that takes this out of the way for us. Ta-da! Now that we've done that, we now have access to our stereo. After that, if you put her back in there and you take that off, you're good. We can now go ahead and take this out right here. This right here is going to be your stereo. It's 3 screws from right here. This is great for if you're going to replace it. I can show you the connectors too, so that way if you've got this same, what is it, an 03 Chevy S10, that way you can go ahead, get the connectors, and do a wiring color matchup and get the right wiring harness. Alrighty. Oh, I hate these screws. They always grab onto the last little piece of sheet metal. Actually, I guess that's a kind of a good thing. Anyways, slide this forward. And look at that. If you need to remove this, you just simply slide the antenna out like that. It's got a mini, so you do need probably an adapter to a man's antenna. And this one, let's see here. Good old Chevy, there it is. You click it until she lets go. Come on. There we go. See this gray one? Pull, slides out. This one is kind of a dummy one, doesn't do anything, but the gray one is what gets it. So there you go. That's what your connector is gonna look like. You get that, take your stereo's new harness, get the vehicle side's new harness, color match the orange to orange, green white to green white, green black to green black, so on and so forth. If you don't have illumination, all that, it won't matter. All right, I'm gonna dip into here and take a quick look to see if I can see anything for my heater core. For removing your glove box, let's see if I can show you here. This, see this? So you open the glove box, push this in, and fold the glove box down. From there, go ahead, take off all these 7s. I'm probably gonna go get my impact driver in a second because you're gonna get really, really sick of doing all these 7s. Watch this. 1, 2, 3. We can leave that. That's just the 4. This one slipped forward. Probably needs more. I'll have to remove this piece. That can come out of there. This can come out of here. It's just tons and tons. Actually, this probably could have, nah, we'll leave it. Yeah, there's gonna be another screw in underneath here. We're gonna have to do this, but I have to get rid of this. Next, let's just keep going. They're all the same screw. So literally just put them in one area and start collecting them after. This will come forward after. Again, I gotta get rid of that. Let's just see. Up here, I won't be surprised when you go to put this back in if you're missing any. Another one's in here. We're gonna have to pull out the cluster. Where's next? Right here. Just, yeah, go and take out as many 7 mils and don't stop until they're all gone. Also, if you want to, go and grab a magnet so that way some of these that are stuck like that, you can get them a little easier. Not that you have to worry about them falling under the dash, because if they are, you're gonna find them. All right, we're making progress. All right. I think that's the rest of the bottoms. Maybe there's a few more. We'll take a look here in a sec. I just want to show you in one moment. So that's there. One here. There we go. And one more right here. That one was fun. There we go. So, when you start going, look at that. We're making progress. This is your e-brake handle. I gotta just remember how this one releases. I'll do that in 1 second. Right here, as you can see, there's 2 right in here. You just pull the 2 here. This loosens this off. We'll get the remaining ones down here in a second. My biggest thing is just get all this flapped out, because once we start removing some plastic panels, we'll be doing good. And then we'll get rid of this kick pedal and then continue removing the cluster, which is these 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll slip the cluster out of the way. That, just like your radio had, you have a squeeze clamp and you just squeeze to release and then wiggle and you should be able to get that cluster. Let's show you that. It literally looks just like your radio one. Look at that. Come on, oh, there it is. So squeeze the gray and then pull it off the top of your cluster and you can remove it. Once you get the cluster out of the way, look, 2 more, yay. See right here, you need to pinch this. Might have to grab my needle nose, but you pinch and sink it in. What that allows us to do is access the handle. I'm definitely gonna need my needle nose, but yeah, just if you take a look here, you'll see that's your OBD2 reader, and there's 2 more 7s. Take out both those so we can get this piece out of the way, so we can get the e-brake handle out of the way. So if you're looking right there, all you do, under the dash of course, slide this out, and then there's a little metal barb on a tooth back there. No way I'm showing you. It just comes out of it. I'm gonna show you. Looks like that. So what it is that goes around that little metal tooth, and as soon as you slip that out, this should come out very, very easily. All it does is push back and out from around that tooth. Once you start, it becomes an addiction. You just got to keep pulling screws out and more plastic keeps coming out. As you can see, I'll have to remove this. This was an old CV radio, needs to disappear. For this one, lift the tab and then it slides out. So lift this little black piece right here and then slide out the connector. Time for the 10s. Stick it on. We're making progress. We'll take a look at this. Oh, these ones are on the side. So these ones on the side, you'll need a ratchet. Take them out so these L brackets disappear. These are Phillips up here. Fortunately, when you're popping this out, good luck getting it out in one piece. You just go underneath and you pop it up, but it's so dry and brittle, chances are it's gonna smash into smithereens considering the age of the vehicle. But anyways, pull out all these 7 mils up here. Try to make sure they don't go down the vents. When you get the screws out of the speaker, plastic panel popper. Once you go ahead and do that and get this speaker, there's 2 7s here and there's a 7 right there in front of it. So take out that 7 and take out the 7s right here. To the speaker, again, all you do is you compress and push it out. Move this speaker out of the way and show you. See how you have this connector? Compress and push out. If you still have the quick disconnects. Again, take out the 7. We're making progress though. Whole dash is sitting forward now. Again, if yours isn't like this, you probably missed 7 mil. There's tons and tons of 7 mils and a few 10s. On this side, there will be one sensor on that speaker cover. So make sure that you just compress it and squeeze it out. This out. So see how it rocks forward? So it actually sits there and then it's on 2 dowel pins down below. So all we got to do is rock this forward and then we should be able to both together lift it out. Just make sure you get the last 10 mil out of there to get the frame. And like I said, just make sure you get all those 7s. There's so many 7s. Right here, just pull the tab out and pull this towards you. And she comes out just like that. Last but not least, we need a screwdriver and we're gonna loosen that off and remove this one wiring harness and that should be the dash. All right, another one, pull it out. And then you can actually stick your screwdriver into the center here and just shove it down. Go ahead on the back side of the dash, cut all that tape. You need all those wires free. Once we do that, remember that screw that we undid? It should literally wiggle out of the big connector. Oh, you just have to wiggle it. There's no security thing other than that screw. And again, the airbag, and that's it. Let's go ahead and lift it out. Be careful of your headliner and all your doodads. Celebrate a little bit of victory. Sorry, it got dark quick here, unfortunately, but don't worry about it. I'm going to light up that entire cab so that way you can see us install that new heater core. Hard to show you, but there's another bolt right where Kevin's hand is. And next is that one. Now, after we get that one out, the other thing is this is the blower assembly here. If you pull this, I know it's gonna get dark for a second, but I need to pull this carpet back so I can show you. Behind the carpet, right there, if we go down and we try to look where Kevin's hand is down there, right there, there's another 10 mil down there you have to come off. It's a nut on a post. So just take a box wrench and start taking it out. Trust me, it's annoying. So right there, there's 3 screws. That sensor sits right there. You need to pull that sensor out because once you pull it out, take a look at that. I don't know if you can see it. There's another darn bolt right there, and that's the last bolt holding it in. Once you get that horrible last screw out of there, which will never go back in, if you want to put it in there, cool. I'm not. But as you can see here, heater core is now accessible. Now we've pulled out that 5.5. There'll be one more right there, and then we should be able to flip that little door right out of there. So pull the 5.5, pull the 5.5, flip it up, and slide it out. After you pull the 5.5 and 5.5 out, lift up and out, and look at that. There's our heater core. Just pop it out and slide the new one in. I realized I didn't show you about popping the heater core lines off. Pretty simple. Squeeze the 2 squeeze tabs, slide them back, and pull the hoses off. Yes, there's going to be coolant pouring out of it. If you want to, you can connect or disconnect them from the water pump or that side. I would just disconnect them from that side, and then all you can do is when you pop one off, just quickly shove something in the tip of the hose like a screw or whatnot, or cap it off. So that way the radiator fluid just doesn't flow everywhere. Slide your new heater core in. Make sure you don't mess the fins up too bad. And this looks like it should go in like that, just around it. And that's it. We're gonna start reassembly. I don't want you to suffer through watching this in the dark. Literally, watch this video in reverse. And if you miss a couple screws, I don't blame you. Either way, I hope this helped you out. Press like if it did, and subscribe for more. We're going to start sliding this back in, and we want to make some good time on it.